This is the third and last session of the day. The AICTE Training and Learning Academy's 1 week faculty development program on sustainable change management in the Technical Institute for National Education Policy 2020 implementation, organized by Government Engineering College, Bilaspur. I am overjoyed to take this opportunity to welcome the resource person of this session. Today, in this session, we have with us Dr. Ashok G. Bhatani. He is an associate professor in mechanical engineering department, Government College of Engineering, Amravati, Maharashtra. He has obtained his PhD in mechanical engineering and MBA in marketing. He has 25 years of academic, research, administrative, and industrial experience. His area of expertise includes energy conservation, general management, industrial engineering, entrepreneurship, operation management, stress management, industrial management, and corporate social responsibility. He has published a number of research papers in various national and international journals. He also attended and presented various research papers in several national and international conferences. Some of the most reputed institutions where papers have been accepted for presentation and publications are Oxford University, England, University of Wismar, Germany, and University of Kuwait. Under his guidance, presently 3 PhD scholars are undergoing PhD research work in the area of energy audit, supply chain management, corporate social responsibility, and vibration analysis. He is also part of review committees and editorial boards in various national and international journals. He has chaired several national and international seminars and conferences. There are 4 patents submitted to his credit and 2 more patents ready to submission. He is awarded Who's Who in Science and Engineering by Marquis USA and Who's Who in Asia by Marquis USA. He is member of Indian Society of Technical Education, ISTE, New Delhi, Operational Research Society of India, Kolkata, Institution of Engineers, Kolkata, National Foundation of Engineers, New Delhi, Institution of Standards Engineers of BIS, Mumbai, and he will be discussing on topic National Education Policy 2020. So I invite him for his address. Please, sir, the stage is yours.
Okay. Should I start?
Yes, sir. Please.
Okay, thank you. Screen is visible, PPT. PowerPoint is visible.
Yes, sir. It was visible, but now, yes, now it is available, sir. It is visible.
Yes, it is visible. Yes.
And
Hello.
sir, I think you can press that full screen mode. You can go F5 in the full
Sir,
screen.
should I start, madam?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You
sir,
can.
please.
Okay. Screen is also visible, na?
Screen is visible, but not the PPT, sir.
Now it is okay?
Now
Yes,
it is
sir.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I welcome to all of you participants for this your hotel AICTE sponsored FDP training program. My topic for discussion here is new education policy. I am highlighting with special emphasis on technical and higher education because majority of you are attending participants are from either technical education or higher education, UGC or AICTE control systems. Hence, I will be emphasizing majority of my part on these quality aspects and what government expects. And 3 days back, new education policy 2021 has been declared and modified. I will highlight that. And Andhra Pradesh has become the first state in country who has implemented this new education policy in their state. 2 days back, there was news item regarding Andhra Pradesh that they have implemented this new education policy in their education system. Now, this new education policy, this is framed and means controlled and recommended by Honorable ISRO Chief Honorable Mr. K. Kasturi Rangan sir, and he has discussed this issue and changes that happen in Indian education system from school to college to employment. And this here the government of India is emphasizing not only on education but personality development, employment, self-employment, made in India, and all these aspects are covered under education system, because up till now education was highlighting only on one side, just like delivering the lectures and no any accountability was there. Now government is thinking to bring some responsibility on the teachers, some education institutions, so that they will generate not the graduates which are now becoming unemployed and they are creating trouble, because unemployed youth is more sensitive, more vibrant, and is dangerous for society. Hence, these young educated students should be brought to the mainstream of the system by creating employment, self-employment, and some quality and value education. Hence, these suggestions have been compiled and approved by ministry, and they have recommended their suggestions in this, with no major separation between academic streams. Emphasis will be on extracurricular professional streams in schools, literacy and numeracy. Now, even professional education, or we are seeing that at after 8th onwards, some vocational subjects are now offered. Even extracurricular activities in which yoga is made compulsory in all schools, even some sports activities. We are having NCC, and per NCC, 2 marks are specially allotted in all universities in India. UGC has made this NCC concept so that the students in engineering, at least in engineering and higher education, these students are entering in my college, Government Engineering College Amravati, students are entering in NCC, and for these 2 marks are awarded for their placement, and means for their attainment in NCC activities. 40 hours of works they have to implement. Training is trainer. This of course this is rigorous training. After that they are getting BNC certificates. Even some of the job potential for NCC are they are getting that jobs especially for NCC people. Government is making some provisions to encourage these NCC cadets, and these some percentage of seats are special quota, just like sports quota is there. Same this NCC quota is reserved in defense category, defense jobs, and students are selected on that seats and be certificates passed through NCC. So hence government is thinking on these extracurricular activities. Even we can have now in Tokyo Olympics, in which major government means our sports person, they have made some good achievements in bringing gold medal and silver medals for this time in Seoul Olympics, Tokyo Olympics, and this is the one of the means a good achievement, and hence the government is putting. Even I am seeing that advertisements in which sports quota is there in railways, in central government, in banks, so that this is initiatives are taken so that the students are the graduates who are not only for education, they should also be involved in this extracurricular activities, because nowadays multi-skilling is required for graduates. Even my students, those who are only mechanical engineer, they are not only mechanical engineers, they are demanding multi-skilling of means blending of skills of civil engineering, IT, computer, electronics. Nowadays drones are operating. Now drones in majority of the areas are now implemented. For drones, they require mechanical aspects, mechatronics aspects, electronics aspect, instrumentation, then computer, IT. 5 to 6 areas are involved in that drones operation. And because now drones is the new nascent technology, hence operation is means for these mechanics and operators will be required for operation and maintenance. Even in India, we are having a renewable solar panel, solar energy is utilized. For that, 1 lakh engineers are especially required. Technicians are required for operating this renewable energy, solar and windmills. So this is possible there. Now, vocational education from 6th class will begin with training in new education policy 2020. Means now government is coming. As soon as the student is in means passing 5th and in 6th class, they will be attending these trainings. And moreover, teaching in mother tongue and regional language until 5th is compulsory, because teaching in mother tongue is comparatively easier for a young nascent student or a child, and he can easily understand the concept. Even now, Government of India and AICT have made this degree and polytechnic education offered through regional languages. in which 8 regional languages from this year have been added by AICTE, so that students, those who are doing, are graduating or they means undertaking these diploma and degree courses in engineering, these instructions and answers or teaching will be in their mother or regional sorry mother tongue or mother language, in which these students will be more comfortable and convenient. Even UPSC have made Urdu as one of the media for answering the questions, even for IS and IS, UPSC Civil Services exam. Urdu have been added in even some regional languages, Hindi and other. Up till now, English was compulsory, but now 2 3 years back, Government of India and UPSC have made these Urdu and Hindi there's some regional languages in which the students can appear for that in their own mother tongue, so that they will be more comfortable in that. Now, with this comprehensive 360-degree progress card, even 360-degree, this card is implemented to teachers also. Even I have filled my confidential report, annual confidential report, based on this 360-degree feedback form, in which each and every aspect is considered. If how many number of lectures I am taking, what are different extracurricular activities, departmental activities, out means services to society. These are considered publication of papers, patents, expert lectures, then PhD guidance, book publications, expert lectures, even session chair, keynote speaker, delivery of these, even research work or industrial visit. All these are covered under this 360-degree. And whatever activities I am taking in my institute, every activity is having 5 to 10 marks. Means if I have to means flow through this or pass through this CAS, career advancement scheme, and my CR should be good. Nowadays, government has made very good CR for class 1 post. Those who are a class 1 employed, and their CR should be very good from last year. So all governments have made that. This is considering that 360-degree progress card, in which all our activities, and we have to offer our services not only to education institute, to society also, and to nation also. Even up till now, 3 years back, I was coordinator of NCC in my college, in which all these activities were considered, and I was means getting 5 marks for guiding these NCC cadets and organizing different expert lectures of defense person in my college, so that students should get exposure of what is going on in defense area. So this was the purpose of that. Now, this new education policy, in which new school education structure, that is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 foundation formula is there. Means 5 is up to 5th, and up to 8th, and up to 11th, then plus 4. This is means after graduate, this will be a foundation formula have been made, in which now under this latest, this is the 3 days back report which I am means taken just now from internet. Okay, what is the new developments in this new education policy? And 3 days back, Honorable Kasturi Rangan sir has recommended, in which these are the new developments in that. Ki children in the first 3 years will receive preschool education in Anganwadi, just like pre-primary, what we call. Then in next 2 years, children will be taught in first and second classes in school. A new curriculum will be prepared for these 5 years of studies. The focus will be largely on activity-based learning. It will cover children between 3 and 8 years old. In this way, first 5 years of studies will be completed. Now, considering this, the COVID situation, in which all our classes are going on online. And up till now, these 1.5 year back, up to November 2019, the classes were offline, and after that, from November, December onwards, we are now all are engaged in online activities. Online working is going on, and hence government has recommended that on the cards of these key how it can be possible online also, because of course online education, it is not that much effective, but it can be made effective with some modifications. Because up till now we have not been habitual of learning or teaching online. Up till now we have been offline, chalk and boards. But now when we are seeing this will be the new opportunity for education sector, hence government has made some suggestions in that. Now this preparatory stage, at this stage, classes 3 to 5 will be studied. During this time, children will be taught science, mathematics through experiments. Up till now this was only theoretical, but now these experiments will be there. Even I have seen the engineering drawing and engineering mechanics curriculum of degree first year in class 8 of CBSE pattern last year. Means the CBSE students, they are 4-5 years ahead of our state boards. So this is the development, and now new with this help of these new developments, there more advancements will be coming, in which up to 8 of these children from this age 8 to 11, they will be taught through experiments. Means we have to perform that experiments online or offline in classrooms, in laboratories. Then middle stage, then classes 6 to 8, the age of students will be 11 to 14. This will be covered by these subject-based classes. Skill development classes will start in 6th grade. Means here now skills are coming, just like ITI. We are having skill-based education at presently in ITI, Industrial Training Institutes. Now this is coming up to 6th grade, 6th to 8th. Means so indirectly we are advancing 3 years by this, implementing that skill-based curriculum. Then secondary stage from 9 to 12th class will be studied in 2 phases, where intensive study of subjects will be conducted. This will be in freedom to choose the subject. Now means flexibility will be there to students in which he or she is having liking, and they are inclination of which area, either science, either arts, either commerce, either management. According to that, they will be choosing that subjects according to their choice and interest. So previously this was not in school, government schools, but now this has been made. And from this, there was a general education from 1st to 10, but now this from previously these grades were in 11th standard, but now from 8 to 9 to 11, 12th, this is offered. Now this was done or recommended by experts and chaired by Honorable Professor Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan sir. He was the ISRO chief, and he has made this because government is utilizing the experience and potential and their specialization of industry. ISRO is the most reputed organization, and they have made some novel things for India, and hence our country's goodwill have been increased, and we have made good reputation through ISRO, because ISRO, they were launching that rockets and satellites means more economical than NASA and other US companies. And this was the possible with the help of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Bhai Modi sir, and they have taken that initiative 3 years back. And hence this has been possible to offer the services at par, even at low prices as compared to US and other China. And ISRO has been successful in that, and hence Government of India has offered this chairmanship to Honorable K.S. Kasturi Rangan sir. And with this, there are some members are there. I will be going the members list. Before that, I will be telling you what is the there in that NEP 2020. Now this, in this teacher training and availability is made compulsory, in which this NEP 2020 talks about creating higher performance standards for teachers. Because up till now, teachers, what they were doing, they were only teaching, and remaining time they were doing part-time job for their business and other activities. But now this is not possible, because now teachers' role is becoming more towards society, towards nation building, and hence they have made that. In this role of teacher, at different levels of experience stage and competency required for that. Even now, you and me attending this class, this FDB, this is one of part of this to develop these competencies, because now these courses, Atal ASAT FDB courses, are totally devoted to the latest developments in all education, all engineering, technology, in specializations, management, all latest advancements in this sense. Government of India and Atal and ASAT through Atal scheme, Atal training programs, they are offering these trainings. And Government of India is giving so much funds for the teacher development, so that we should develop these competencies, skills, and so that we can transmit to our students. Now, teachers will also need to be trained digitally to integrate into digital learning process, just like our classes is going digitally now. You are attending this digitally. I am also giving lecture digitally, virtually. So this is, and government is thinking seriously on this. Hence, infrastructure and all expenses or budget provisions are separately made for this. Digital classrooms, smart classes are developed, smart boards are developed, in which we can use that. And how to successfully implement this is there. Now, some of the changes made in higher education are, that is 50% increase in the gross enrollment ratio. So here this NEP aims to increase this current GR from 26% to 50% by next 20 years, 15 years, 14 years. According to NEP, these 3.5 crores of new education seats are expected to be added. Now, this by 2035 means nearly 14 years, these 3.5 crores of new education seats, higher education seats. Higher means it will be technical also. Now here, this interdisciplinary general education will be there. This policy provides a comprehensive interdisciplinary and broad-based college education with flexible study plans, more choices in choosing subjects. Even now here, even if I am undergoing any graduate degree in engineering, I can choose any subject of management, of pharmacy, of architecture, of agriculture. This is made possible in flexible. Flexibility is there, and we can choose that as per our choice. Suppose any student who is having agriculture, good acres of agricultural land in their native, and he can use this, I can take that electives of agriculture. And this will be utilizing for his entrepreneurship and other form, means agriculture advances in that, and he will be utilizing that. Now, undergraduates will now have the option to choose the number of years according to their requirements, ranging from 1 to 4 years with appropriate degree. Now, certificate after 1 year, advanced diploma after 2, license after 3, research license after 4 years is now possible in this. Because with the help of these certificates now, students can register for that. Even students, those who are having pharmacy certificate, they will now be doing this pharmacy job or starting up the any pharmaceutical shop or any pharmaceutical industry. Now, this was the committee in which these members are there. Chairman Honorable Shri Dr. Kasturi Rangan sir, and members are this Honorable Vasudha Kamath, who is been Honorable VC of SNDT Mumbai Women's University. Then just I will read their names, but I will highlight more on our what are the contents in that. So these are the different members of this committee, in which majority of the members are Honorable Vice Chancellors, because they are knowing that, and some of the professors are there, and this is the discipline of all, means considering all the background of all faculties in that. So here secretary have been Honorable Shakila Shamsu, who has been OSD in National Education Department of Higher Education, New Delhi, Government of India, and they have been working on that. Now, this higher education will operate through anonymous interference through technology, and will have the ability to penalize higher education students that do not comply with the rules and standards. And they have made that rules in that. Now, at present in India, there are about 50 lakh schools, 25 crore students, and 89 lakh teachers. So this is the latest statistics, 3 days back data. This I have taken from internet just now, because this is the latest statistics which is working government is on which working government of India is working. Now this Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, that is SSA scheme launched by Honorable Atal Bihari Vajpayee sir led government in the year 2001, has post primary education become a tool for implementing Right to Education Act. Now these are the members of drafting committee, and they have been added, means modified time to time. The latest was the starting slides which I have shown. Now, some of these aspects are on which areas this government will be, this committee or recommendations of the government are there. That is the liberal education. This center will set up 10 IITs, Indian Institute of Liberal Arts and Multidisciplinary Education Research models on the lines of IITs, and they are working on that. This imaginative and flexible curricular structures will enable creative combinations of disciplines of study and offer multiple useful exit and entry points for students, thus demolishing the currently prevalent rigorous boundaries and creating possibilities for lifelong learning. Because now students even can leave, if he is getting some employment, he will leave for some time, 1 or 2 years, and after that whenever he is free, he can come back to that. Just like lean system is there in employment, this flexibility is now offered to students also, so that in case a student feel he will be having more skills in companies, industries, they will be going to that companies and they will attend that training, are there 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, obtain some certificate and come back here. And this will be according to their subjects of choice also. So this is made more means flexibility is coming in that, and in which multiple useful exit and entry points for students are there, which was not possible in previous, and that was the rigid system. But now flexibility is coming. Even graduates means masters and doctoral level students will provide rigorous research based specialization. Nowadays in my college, this AICTE NDF PhD scheme is going on, in which students who are masters in technology or engineering, MTech in engineering and technology discipline, graduates in engineering and technology in various areas, they are now admitted under AICTE NDF with master's degree and having 75% in their MTech course, and they are offered now stipend for 3 years, and this stipend is nearly 33,000 rupees per month. For this, they have to they take 8 hours contact lectures of UG classes, and in addition to their research work. So this is possible now. Even this year also, AICTE is offering this advertisement of NDF, AICTE NDF, in which now some seats are reserved in all government engineering colleges and identified research centers. And probably this might have come advertisement, or it will be coming within this week of AICTE NDF. The developments were just like that. Now, this undergraduate degree may be of 3 or 4 years duration. Institutes may offer multiple exit options within specific time period with appropriate certification and advanced certificate diploma in field including vocational and professional, because government is working on vocational and professional education. Now, these institutions will have the flexibility to offer different designs of master's courses. For example, there can be 2 years programming with second year devoted entirely to research. Actually, up till now, before 2 years back, first year were only theory classes, 10 subjects, and second year was totally seminar, project and seminar. But from this AICTE model curriculum for engineering PG courses, they have now been last 1 year, we are implementing this, in the second year, in third semester, the students are having now theory subjects in addition to seminar, and fourth semester is devoted only for dissertation project work. So with this, they can, for those who have completed 3-year undergraduate programs, they may be integrated 5-year degree is also there. This is possible in IITs. In almost all IITs, this integrated MTech course is there on the basis of 12th or JEE base. JEE advanced marks if they are getting, and they can take admission in integrated MTech course for 5 years course, and also integrated law course. LLB 5 years course is also possible after 12th, but in engineering, all IITs, they are having integrated MTech course, in which these students, after completing, they will be getting UG degree, and after 1 year they will be getting master's degree. So this is possible. And even undertaking a PhD shall require either a master's degree or 4-year undergraduate with honors. Now, Government of India have made this PhD course for BTech students also, direct admission after BTech, and they can be taking admission in PhD with having some GATE score and other specializations, and it is possible. And this scheme is going on since last 2 years. And now, henceforth, MPhil degree will be discontinued, because government has thought that PhD should be increased. There were some parity and equivalence criteria regarding PhD and MPhil programs, and Government of India thought that they will be offering that MPhil courses. This will now be discontinued from this year. Now then, creating a conducive learning environment in which curriculum and pedagogy in higher education will move away from remote learning to facts and mechanical procedures to help enable young people to contribute both active citizens as well as successful professionals in infield, because now government is working on entrepreneurship, self-employment, and all this is possible when a student will be having some multiple skills. Hence, the government is thinking on that, so that it will be creative, conducive learning environment. Nowadays, this so last semester of a 4 years course, this 8 SEM is especially designed for just like apprenticeship in industries. In College of Engineering Pune, COP, so this BTech production course in which last 8 SEM is totally devoted to industry means visit and industry based project is there, and students are deputed in 8 SEM in production BTech production engineering. They are providing that education and training in industry, identified industries, and they are doing that. Now, this choice-based credit system will be revised and improved to allow for flexibility and innovation. Now, innovation is coming because government is working on innovations and patents. Government is giving special funds for innovations. Even my institutes, they are getting special funds. Or FIST scheme of AICT, UGC scheme is there. In it, this is totally on innovations and patents and technology. FIST separate scheme is there every year. FIST means UGC and AICT, they are calling this applications under FIST scheme, under MODROP, under TAPTEC, under R&D projects, and they are offering these financial budgets up to 20 lakh rupees per RPS, research promotion scheme. AICT is providing this so that innovations should be there, practical approach should be there, and accordingly we can create innovativeness, because at present we are lagging much behind as compared to China and US in innovations. But now government has realized, and hence government is now encouraging this by providing these financial budgets, some incentives to teachers, some to students, some researchers. So hence they are providing even for CAS, career advance scheme for professor, for 12,000 AGP and 11,000 AGP, patent is made compulsory. Without that, nobody will be promoted. Our professor will not be, higher grade professor will not be there if he is not having any patent to his credit. So this is made through that career advance scheme in engineering areas, AICT. The government is working on that. Then academic, financial and emotional support is available for students to help them attain better outcomes. That is, open and distance education will be expanded, thus playing significant role in increasing the gross enrollment to 50%. This, as per NEP, this from 23.3% to this enrollment will be 50%. The government is working on that with the help of this. Now, measures such as online digital repository, funding for research, improved student services, credit-based recognition of MOOCs, and these MOOCs are possible through these IITs. They are providing this training through MOOCs, and they are providing that services here. And credit-based recognition of MOOCs will be taken to ensure it par with the highest quality in classrooms. And internationalization of education is faced through both institutional collaborations and student faculty mobility. Even IIT Bombay is having collaboration with Australian government, Melbourne University, and they are offering PhD programs in IIT Bombay and University of Melbourne, Australia, and they are offering that collaborative programs. Even some of the courses, some of the institutes, they are offering collaboration or industrial visit or some training in Dubai also. One or two universities have been identified, and they are providing that last semester to Dubai. So this is possible with the help of this Inter-Institute Center for International Education is set up within selected Indian universities. Then energized, engaged and capable faculty is encouraged. Here every institute will have adequate faculty, ensuring that all programs, subject fields are made and desired student ratio not more than 30 is maintained and diversity is ensured. Means all diversity is there. All means specializations of engineering should be there. Now, the prevailing system of ad hoc contractual appointments will be stopped henceforth. Teachers will be employed permanent. These faculty recruits will be based on academic experience, teaching capabilities, and deportation and public service. Because now public service is coming. Now we have to accountable to our members, our citizens. This is new concept in technical education, which our research work should be there. Even NCC students, they are assisting Pune Traffic Police, CUP graduates, those voluntary under NSS and NCC, they are providing their services to Pune Traffic Police. This is possible through this. Even under NSS programs in our institutes, we have organized various training programs for rural people. Under NSS, we have taken these camps of NSS students in second year, And these students are offering in means engineering area, then management area, some energy conservation, water conservation, and even drug addict and smoking, then cancer and pollution, air pollution, then air traffic, and all these multi dimensional areas. These students are providing their expertise and services to rural people. So through NSS, it is possible. In our institutes, we have organized these activities in rural area. And approximately design permanent employment track for faculty will be introduced. And this will be possible in private institutes also within 7 to 8 years. Then empowered governance and autonomy is there. Now government is working on giving autonomy or demunicipality status to majority of the institutions, provided they are fulfilling all the norms required for that. This higher education institute will be governed by independent boards. Of course, in my government engineering college, we are having board of governance in which these honorable members are selected or nominated from diverse fields, from those who are professionals, those who are industrialists, and so that they can utilize their services and offer their services, offer their means industries visit for even honorable Mr. Sanjay Jadhav. He has been our board of governance chairman, BOG member, and he is actively involved in that. And he has offered his expertise. He has permitted all our students to their industries. He is the means industry. He is having a majority of industries in Amravati MIDC, and they are the market leader in Amravati. And they are almost in rotavators, tractors, and fabrication, mechanical oriented industries. They are having minimum 20 industries, and they are providing these industrial visits. They are providing their services, their expertise as and when we approach them, and they are providing industry expert lectures of their employees, their engineers, and they are collaborating very well with us. And this is possible with the help of empowered governance and autonomy. And this formation and appointment of the boards and chairs, just like a professor chair of this Mahindra and Mahindra chair is there in IITs and other higher education institutions. Now this will be means more in that in all institutions. All higher education institutes will now become autonomous, self-governing entities, and practice of affiliation will be stopped. Now, no any affiliation will be required. Just if we are fulfilling these criteria, we are deemed entities. Government is working on that. Full autonomous, no any government interference. And at present, some government interference is there. Now, government is thinking they will give full freedom, full autonomy to institutions, and you just like in foreign other countries, full autonomous status is there. Same will be in India also, with multidisciplinary institutions and multidisciplinary areas. Now, these private and public institutions will be treated at par by regulatory regime. Now, any government or private will be there. If you are fulfilling all this now grading will be there, just like NAC and NBA is there. Same this is coming, in which now reputation will be whether it is NRF ranking, National Institute for this ranking framework of Government of India. NRF ranking is there. Criteria is that in which are top 500 institutes of the top 500 institutes of the world. This ranking is there, and now competition will be coming through these measures. This autonomy will be regulated in the system, its culture, structure, and mechanism. Because some of the institutes, even though they are private, but they are excelling at par or more than government institutions. So they have made that. Take example of BITS Pilani. They are working on that. They are at par with IITs. Students are taking admission at par with IITs. So these BITS, they have made their reputation at par with that in IITs and NITs. So this type of private institution now will be coming more. Institutions have administrative and economic autonomy. This will include the freedom to start, then transformation of the regulatory system, in which objectives will be elective, enabling, and responsive regulation. The regulations will be responsible and meant to ensure public spiritedness, equity, equivalence. Then rigorous teacher preparation will be there. Now more rigorous trainings will be there. Pedagogy techniques will be implemented, just like you are attending this training. You are attending this training not only as part of attainment, because you to attain this minimum 80% of the attendance will be considered, and you to pass the exam with 60% marks. Means just like this rigorousness is coming, means this just like rigorous imprisonment to offenders and crimes persons are there, same type of not to teachers, I'm telling. But this rigorous means attending these 80% lectures and 60% passing in this quiz will be compulsory. Then only you will be getting this certificate of Atal AICT. That is the condition in that. Hence, this rigorousness and more intensity is coming in that. Everything is okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Because no voice is coming, hence I want to confirm.
Yes, sir. In the
Okay,
online,
okay.
that is a problem sometimes.
Okay, you have blocked that camera. Okay, no problem, sir. Continue. That is. Now, this rigorous training program is teachers are at the highest quality training in content, pedagogy, and practice. And establishing the 4-year integrated bachelor degree at the minimum qualification for all school teachers. That is possible now. Then reintegrating professional education into higher education and revitalizing the professional education. Its objective is to build a holistic approach to the preparedness of professionals, so that in this century, 21st century, skills, because now skills are the compulsory part. Multi-skilling will be required. If I am in mechanical, not only mechanical is required, I should have some skills of IT, computer, then civil engineering, environment, energy, pollution, management, even psychology, agriculture, because my stakeholders, my clients are of this means diverse discipline and diverse clients are there, and I have to offer my services to them. Now multi-skilling is required there, hence we have to develop in that way. Now professional education will be integral part of the overall higher education, and agriculture education, legal education, healthcare education is there nowadays. Considering these COVID parameters, even our teachers in mechanical engineering have been deputed in COVID services. In that, our honorable director sir has made one, government of Maharashtra has made one circular in which all mechanical engineers throughout the state in government polytechnics and government engineering colleges, they have been deputed for oxygen plant monitoring in COVID hospitals, which are recognized COVID hospitals, and we have gone there, visited the oxygen plants and monitor that, and we have recommended and submitted the 6-page report to government of Maharashtra. Whatever lacuna is there, whatever any of the 6-page, all details were there, and we have taken the details and submitted, and whatever lacunas were there, we have suggested that you should immediately remove that because of this oxygen, this availability, that was the one of the issue for COVID patients, and hence government of India and government of Maharashtra, they have made that, and now we have been deputed, even though our work was not that, but since we are mechanical engineers and we have been deputed in that health education system, and we have visited these hospitals and suggested them some parameters they should improve in that, otherwise they will be in dark. Explosion, the chances of explosion can be there. This now all MBBS graduates must possess medical skill, diagnostic skill, surgical skill, and emergency skills. Even now here psychology and management skills are also required because this is there. This is expected at MBBS level. Students will be assessed at regular intervals on well-defined parameters, and the first or 2 years of MBBS will be designated as common period for all science graduates, after which they can take up MBBS nursing, BDS, or other specialization. Now this new concept is coming, means we have to learn all these things, science graduates. This quality of nursing education will also be improved because now new concept is there because of the lack of medical professionals, and moreover in nursing fields this is the most challenging task because nobody wants to join the nursing education or nursing profession because this is totally devoted area. You have to sacrifice your life, your interest, your all feelings. This is there in nursing. This is the means area where we have to sacrifice our whole life, and hence no any graduate who is having nursing qualifications, either certificate or diploma, as soon as they pass certificate or degree, diploma course, they are employed. Just like ITI, this is having so much potential, job potential. Hence, this quality of nursing education is improved Even our healthcare education system must be integrative. This would mean all students of allopathic medical education have basic understanding of Ayurveda, yoga, naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, and homeopathy. Now, even during this COVID, majority of the because now since last 1.5 years, at least majority of the doctors, they were means not means checking the patients physically because of the risk of COVID to them also. The situation was that up to 4-5 months back, and they have taken that telemedicine, and in which majority of the parts, just like Kala and other preventive measures, they were from this Ayurveda also, or naturopathy. Even now, yoga have been made. Just like yoga is also coming to rescue for COVID patients. We can increase our means lungs capacity with the help of yoga. So this is possible. We can increase our oxygen level. We can means heartbeat can be well maintained. Oxygen level can be maintained. Stress can be means relieved with the help of yoga. So this is possible. Even Siddha and homeopathy medicines. This will be integration of this now henceforth. Even now, government of Maharashtra and India, they have made also to practice this Ayurveda and this homeopathy at par with MBBS students. Of course, another part is कि Ayurveda was in the Mr. Baba Ramdev, he was in some other aspects in the row or in news, but this was probably this was not his intention, but anyhow, this was there. Even now, honey have been made or avla, they have been made as a cure or medicine for this COVID and other simultaneous or subsequent or parallel diseases, because this is also even though this is of Ayurvedic item, but now these are make even Protex, it is now sold in DMart and super bazaars. This is the protein content Protex. These are means prescribed by doctors or increasing the protein level of patients or the citizens. But now this medicine, what we call that that powder form in Protex, now it is sold in DMart and best price means supermarkets. So this is possible now. Now this technical education, now I will be coming one by one to technical education. After that, this technical education faces specific challenges because these are neither knowledge based nor they are entirely skills based up till now. We are producing the engineers, graduating the engineers, but they are not standing in the market, in the industry, and majority of this labor turnover is in that even our mechanical engineers, they are not knowing any software language, majority of the students, but company requires software base. Hence this is mismatch is there, and hence government will be coming to revise the prepared professionals who are well prepared for current and future practices and able to exploit the emergence in science and technology. This curriculum will be renewed to develop among students the ability to apply their knowledge and skill in different settings, inculcating these ethics also. Professional ethics are there. Even now, artificial intelligence, big data analytics, IoT applications, remote robot and robot are this what we call drone technology is coming now. This will be required. Strategic thrust on this new emerging technology is coming. Now, catalyzing academic quality research. This will objectives are catalyze and analyze the research and innovations in all academic disciplines with special focus on seeding and growing research, because we should have some seeding concept in engineers. We should imbibe that key. What is the research culture? What is innovativeness? What are innovations? What are patents? So we should give that state capital, just like government of India and government of Maharashtra providing that seed capital for SSI units. Same seeding means just to imbibe the idea in that. So this is there. The object of this is there. Then educational technology means we have to use applications. Then boards. We have to use that nowadays. Going on even we have taken in our college examinations on Google Classroom. The students, they have solved their papers while sitting at home, and they have submitted that paper within prescribed time limit. They have uploaded on that Google Classroom, joined in that, and they have submitted their PDF copy, and we are assessing them and we are sending the marks. All thing is going on online. So now henceforth this will be possible. More online courses will be there, online evaluation will be there, online paper setting is there. So this is educational technology, we do utilize that. Then vocational education. This we have to integrate vocational education to all education, schools, colleges, and universities. We have to provide access to at least 50% of the learner by next 2-3 years. This is there. Then adult education is there. Objective is to achieve 100% youth and adult literacy rates by next 7 to 8 years. So that our adults, those who are, of course, they are not knowing that technology, they are not aware about their health, their all other aspects, behavioral aspects. So we have to encourage them and educate them. That is there. Even we have done that also. We are having here Tapovan, in which all students, they are physically handicapped students, are deprived students, mentally retarded students are there, and we have taken their training programs for them under NSS. One Tapovan in Amravati, it is there, specialized for that deprived students, small children up to 18 years, up to 10th standard, they are learning there. Then promotion of Indian languages is there. This is objective is to ensure the preservation, growth, and vibrancy of all Indian languages. Now, Government of India and AICTE made 8 Indian languages. They will be now degree and diploma in engineering and AICTE courses, pharmacy and management, hotel management, and other management courses. This is possible through 8 regional languages, not only English. Now, Hindi and other regional courses, now regional languages are offered. This have been made possible with the help of this AICTE. This year, 1 month back, AICTE has declared this concept. They will be offering this through regional languages, because this the concept for that is the engineers are the persons are much more effective when they are learning or taking education in their mother tongue. This is the main concept for that, and the other purpose is it should be preserved also. Otherwise, some languages might be diminished. In some languages, mother tongue is not, even though their mother tongue is that, but they are not talking in their mother tongue. They are talking in other language. So the purpose is it should be preserved. Then Rashtriya Shiksha Ayog, that is there. In the objective of this is to synergize functioning of India's education system to deliver equity and excellence at all levels, from vision to implementation, led by new Rashtriya Shiksha Ayog. Then financing education is there, in which central government has increased the even now some public-private partnership concept is coming in education, in which this triple IT, Indian Institute of Information Technology, these are almost in all states. These are all functioning on this public-private partnership PPP, in which 50% of share is of particular state government, 50% is of any industry house. In Triple IT Hyderabad, it is most successful. Triple IT Pune is there, Triple IT Bangalore is there, and now Government of India has made this. But these are all even in Nagpur also. Triple IT Nagpur also is functioning. So all these are working under this PPP, public-private partnership, in which 50% share is of government and 50% is of any reputed professional industry. And this funds, this investment in that will be 20% next 10 years. Government will be increasing that. Now, some of the quality initiatives and technical institutions are taken place, in which these are there, in which one of these. Now, AICTE has made that around 6,000 institutes and business schools and engineering colleges, they have to complete this accreditation NBA and NAC. Of course, in AICTE it is NBA. If it is UGC, then it is NAC. So NBA, they have to make that key before, means by next year all institutions, means nearly 6,000 schools and diploma and degree institutes, and coming under AICTE preview, they will be NBA accredited. Otherwise, grants will not be released to them. So this is made compulsory. Now, this is National Board of Accreditation. So this is the part of that Washington Accord, in which these higher education institutions willing to apply, they will to make then, and of course this is the foolproof system in which nowadays this online procedure is going on. And 2 days after this, means Monday, Tuesday, my institute is facing that NAC visits. And they will be coming to my institute and they will be observing whatever we have submitted. They will be proof checking in that. And according to that, status is provided. A plus, A, B, B plus, whatever, according to their merit marks. So this is made compulsory, and this have been made by, instructed by Government of Maharashtra. Hence, we have applied and we are now working. Even NBA have been provided to, means awarded to us 3 years back. Now NAC is also there, and all preparations are going on. Now, main objective of this NBA accreditation is evaluation, upgrade system, higher standard education system, and quality. Because all these parameters are evaluated and checked in that. Then the benefits of NBA accreditation are it enhances the teaching learning, because we have to make that CO and PO, course objectives and program objectives, and accordingly we have to make our curriculum, our teaching. So this is possible there. Matrix is there and competencies is there, and we have to link that. Then academic progress of students is there. Students' skill development is possible through NAC, NBA. College autonomy, because of this college autonomy is there. Even one of the government engineering college in Aurangabad, they have been in facing some troubles regarding autonomy, because that institute is not NBA accredited, and this is the part of TechUp granting and plus autonomy. If it is not NBA accredited, no TechUp grants will be provided to that institute, and it is linked to autonomy also. Hence, now they are working on that so that at least autonomy should be protected. Even more grants and funds are for institutions. I have applied to AICTE, or just like you are attending this online training, I have submitted from my institute 3 proposals to Atal AICTE, but we have applied for offline course because of constraints of network problems and some other infrastructure problems. So we have opted for offline. We have submitted to AICTE 5 months back. Still, we are yet to be declared because offline courses are not declared by AICTE. Previously, I have inquired, and they told me they are offering first online. After that, offline will be started, because at present, due to COVID situations, it is not possible to conduct this offline. After 3-4 months, of course, when all situations will be under normal control, they will be providing that offline permission. But online, this is there. Hence, grants and funds for institutions are there, and it is the condition of that AICTE condition, either for obtaining that any mode of TAPTEC or any FDP or STDP, that institution should be NBA accredited. Then only grants are there. If that institute is not there, we are not even, our forms is not accepted. That is the made that software they have made in that. If it is not accredited, our format is not accepted, means forwarding forwards and not accepted. So in that accreditation process is there. So this process I will not highlight much, but what are the parameters of NBA and how we can improve ourselves and to our institute and last to our nation, that I will highlight the main parts. These are the steps, because these are means not much, but where we can be, you and me are most worried, or you should know what are the parameters on which NAC is RNB is accorded. These are some of the parameters in which vision, mission, and program education objectives, that is 50 marks. Then second is the program curriculum and teaching learning process, that is carrying 200 marks, and almost on all aspects that specific marks are there. So these are the breakup of that marks. So all these slides I will give to your coordinator and he will be circulating to you. Now third is course objectives and program outcomes. This is carrying 100 marks. The COPO, it is compulsory. Our program is specific objectives. Then students' performance is also there. It is carrying 200 marks. Means how much students are passed with 90% marks or 80% marks. That you to submit that. Then professional activities. organizing technical events and student chapters. We are having Institute of Engineers chapter, or IE chapter, IE triple E, IEEE chapter, IET student chapter, Computer Society of India student chapter. All the different student chapters are there, and we have to organize these activities, and every activity is carrying marks. And faculty information and contribution, that is carrying 150 marks. Then for faculty qualification, their liking, their availability, and other parameters are there in that. And next 6 criteria is facility and technical support is there. Means whatever facilities are there and how technical support we are providing to students, to society, to, because we are in technical education, this organizing training programs for industry is also compulsory, providing expertise, water meter testing we are doing, pollution under control, PUC, pollution control techniques we are utilizing in mechanical engineering, we are providing that services. Then continuous improvement, it is carrying 75 marks. Then it is student support systems. 9th is governance, institution support and financial resources. It is carrying 75 marks. And main this breakup of marks which I am highlighting here. This is at a glance what we call. Means this is the breakup of the marks or the evaluation criteria and how much it is carrying. Here we are finding that with this vision, mission, program, object, it is 50 marks. Here majority of the marks are 200 marks are program, curriculum and teaching learning process, just like we are using this nowadays. Then course outcomes and program outcomes, it is 100. Then students performance, how they are passing, whether they are selected in GATE exam or UPSC exam, competitive exam, or how much package they are taken offered. So this is also carrying marks. Or in placement in public sector companies or private or any other, or entrepreneurship, self-entrepreneurship, these all are carried in marks 200. Then faculty information and contributions, what faculty is doing, how many patents, how many PhD, any innovations, any publications. Just like I am delivering this lecture to you, these 10 marks are for me for each lecture. So this comes under faculty information and contribution. Then facilities and technical support and continuous improvement. What is continuous going on? Last time NBA visited and they have recommended, suggested some lacuna. So in that, this will be coming. What was the last report and how we have improved that, rectified that, or what are the continuous improvements in that. Then student support systems are there, and then governance, institutional support and financial resources. Whether we are generating our own resources or any financial grants are offered through any government agencies or some social organizations, they are paying for that, or any NGOs they are paying or contributing, or under corporate social responsibilities, if there are some CSR aspects are there, in which they are providing some sort of financial, because as per Companies Act, Government of India has made now compulsory for all industries, they have to invest 8% of their profits for CSR activities, corporate social responsibility activities, in which these NSAs and other social activities we have to perform that. And this 8% of their profit after tax, they have to make that provision. It is made compulsory by Government of India under Companies Act. And hence majority of this, even Infosys and TCS and Reliance, they are offering the CSR funds to other institutions, or offering various social or for upliftment of the tribal means public or tribal citizens. Now there are tier 1 and 2 NBA, that is, yes, within 5-10 minutes we will be completing. This is last but one slide. Okay. Now here we're finding in tier 2 they have slightly modified that. Previously those who applied and after that they will be doing that. Now this vision mission 10 marks have been added to tier 2. Program curriculum, it is increased by 20 marks. Then here course outcomes they have been reduced by 55 marks here in tier 2. And student performance increased by 50 marks in tier 2 institutes. Then faculty information contribution, same they have made. Facilities, technical support, same. Then continuous improvement, they have reduced 25 marks, and now 50 marks are required. Then institute level criteria, that is first year academics, same marks, student support, 50 marks, and governance institutional same, and total marks are 1000. And out of 1000, we to make obtain that, otherwise we will not be accredited or not accredited. That is now government has made 3 years and 6 years. Previously it was 3 and 5 years. Now government has made that 6 years criteria. To in which now this up to 750 marks 3 years, and 750 and above 6 years marks are there. 6 years grading is there NBA. And less than 600 marks, no marks are there. That is 0 marks. No accreditation, not accredited, what we call that. So now these are from my side regarding new education policy and quality aspects in technical education system. Now from your side, if any suggestions or additional points, welcome. Yes, anybody? These are the breakup of the activities, and how means every activity, how much marks is carrying, it is there, specified there. So that I will send to your organizer, and they will be distributing to all participants. This parameters of that. Yes, from now your side, welcome. Any questions or suggestions?
Yes, Babita, you can switch on your mic and ask.
Sir, I just want to know that everything has been kept all the things that you have discussed, they are keeping technical education, technical subjects in mind. But
Yes.
In technical institutions, we also have the subjects of humanities, like
Yes, we are
industrial
having.
psychology is there, English is there. But
Yes.
the things have like concentration, or those subjects have not been taken into consideration, like their PhDs, because they are having the simple syllabus, student is reading them, so we cannot have different kind of courses in that particular area.
Now
Like if I
in
take
yes, yes, you tell me, then I will. You ask, I will
uh,
answer.
yeah, if let's say I am from English subject,
Yes.
so technical universities don't have research in English area, and
No.
the
Yes.
limitations are also there. We cannot have patents, we cannot have the projects. So what about these kind of subjects
No.
in?
Your question is over. Now,
Yes,
should
sir.
I answer, or if any doubts, then I will. I am having your answer. I got your
Yes.
point.
Okay,
I
sir.
am coming to your remedy and how it can be resolved.
Thank
In
you,
my
sir.
college, we are having now implementing this AICT model curriculum since last year. And in first year, these are moral values are there, as the ethics aspect is there, Constitution of India chapter is there, means one subject is there. Even though these are taken by humanities and science department is there in my college. And these humanities means chemistry, physics, maths, they are coming under UGC as well as AICT. Even though they are not getting the student, just like you're telling ki you are not having scope of PhD in history or arts or anything. But of course, my college, yeah, at least I'm telling my institute's means status or information, so we can come to rescue to that also. Since my college PhD laboratories are related with engineering and chemistry or physics, maths, but same facilities are available in which is VMV, what we call Government Vidarbha Institute of Humanities and Science. They are having all PhD facilities in history, art, science, commerce, whatever you require, all humanities subjects. The rescue to you is that you can have MOU with them and take that laboratory for research purpose, because in university you have to register under that lab. To take that sign of that laboratory or that institute director or principal and have MOU with that, so that you can take that, or you can be that person, that laboratory can be co-guide with you, and you can take PhD in your institute also, parent institute. This is there. even though it is not in your institute, laboratory is not there, but co-guide concept is there. Have MOU with this type of institutes where these facilities for PhD registration or PhD recognized labs are there. So you can
Sir,
have collaboration with them, make collaboration MOU with them, and you can do research even though you are not in arts college and you are working in engineering system. Means AICTE system have MOU with UGC system institutes.
yes, sir, that is true. But my question is that I am serving in AICT institute, and
Ah,
I am becoming a co-guide with UGC institute. So
okay.
these two different educational bodies. So what will be the scope? Like which organization will get the benefit? Where I am registering myself as a co-guide, or where I am serving?
Oh, truly speaking, both are getting mutual benefits. They can claim both sides. UGC system also can claim because they are offering their laboratory. They are co-guiding that. You can claim under AICTE because you are the main principal guide. So it is mutual benefit for both. Just like you are publishing one paper and in which we are publishing our paper with the students. If you are first author, you are getting 100 marks, single author 100 marks. If you are two means one and one PhD student, then you are getting 60 marks, 40 marks to your student. If three, then 60, 20, 20. Means all three are getting benefits. The same is here. They can claim that to NAC and NBA committee. They have offered their laboratories and they are utilizing that. Just you to keep their records. You are offered that your services and if this is their proof. In NAC and NBA, what they check only proof what you are submitting and whether it is true or false. If you claim, just show them this certificate. You will be getting a university means approval letter ki this laboratory will be there and you are guiding that. So both name will be there. So they can claim, even co-guide will get that. He is also getting one letter from university. So both,
Sir,
there is a mutual benefit for you.
yes, sir, that is thing, but that is true, sir. I
Huh.
got your point. But one more thing is there that the faculty of humanities is having limited scope of development in technical institutions.
But why not you link to that your specialist area? Now I am telling you my points.
Yes, sir.
Now in mechanical engineering, we are taking variety of specializations. Not only mechanical means thermal and production. We are also covering under water resources, energy. Now IoT is coming, pollution is coming. Even nowadays, ergonomics is coming under that. Industrial engineering, industrial management is coming under that. Take example of operations research, OR. OR is utilized or taught in all UG and PG courses in all universities. It is not specific to engineering or arts or commerce. It is means taught in all arts, science, commerce, even engineering management. This ORM subject, operations research methods. So this is multi-specialized, multidisciplinary course. So we can take and link to that so that you can justify ki how it is related to that.
Thank you, sir. I got your point.
Yes. You have to justify ki why you are choosing under humanities even though it is of mechanical engineering. So you give that aspect angle to that, concentrate on that area ki this will be if this your philosophy concepts or your humanity principles are implemented in then this productivity will be increased in that way. Because human productivity we can increase just by motivation. And motivation is only by means just like a verbal motivation, what we call, not only financial. Verbal motivation, we are increasing the productivity of any engineer, any person. So this is possible. So by implementing management principles, we are utilizing, increasing the productivity of the engineers or human person. Just we have to justify that ki how it will be, and you have to give that turn to that. Because in which area you will be requiring under which faculty, under which subject, you will be requiring PhD under that. You have to justify that. Because examiner will be means observing that aspect which your title is there in under which faculty it is research.
Any
Okay.
other question?
Yes.
Any other question? Participants,
Sir,
you can ask.
sir,
Yes.
is it audible?
Yes,
Yes,
tell
yes.
me.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Actually, we belongs to an affiliated system, and that system is not going to change. In near future as well. So in that case, implementing NEP is having more hurdles, as you know,
No, they have to
than
implement.
they have
Even
to.
if, yes, yes, they have to implement. Otherwise, they will be banned. Government is
Okay,
working on that because education department director, joint director, deputy directors are controlling. Even universities, they are controlling. Even though you are deemed university, you have to follow that rules because deemed university is also monitored by a UGC team. And you have to follow that NEP
okay.
regulations.
So that direction will have to come from the university itself,
Yes,
right,
yes,
sir?
yes, definitely. If your management is means proactive approach
Yeah,
and they
actually,
are
I belongs to
visionary,
Government Engineering College in Kerala.
ah,
But actually, we are under Kerala Technological University.
ah,
So we are still affiliated to that,
okay,
and the
okay.
autonomy is not there. So in that context, it has to be initiated by the university side itself, right, sir?
So, but if your institute, your management is proactive and visionary, they will implement just whatever is declared. Now, last week I have read one news item कि Andhra Pradesh have implemented new NEP latest. That in my mobile there's a news breaking one news came कि Andhra state become the first state in India to implement NEP.
Okay,
Even though UGC circular is yet to come, just on the basis of their recommendations, on the basis of news of internet and news channel, they have implemented. And whatever these points I have taken, these are from that website, not my own or previous journals. These are the 3 days ago development which I have highlighted starting slides.
okay,
These these are 3 days back data, means so latest data, what we call that. If your organization, your management is so much proactive and visionary, they will implement because these suggestions have been submitted and these will be implemented. Of course, some government formalities it will take after 1 hour. Circular will come to you through UNCITY or through ACT office after 1 month. But these have been recommended and these will be implemented. That is final.
okay, sir.
It is
Thank you.
there. Yes. That is why we are knowing some institutes are so advanced. Take example of SRM Institute, then BITS Pilani, BITS, or other institutes. They are so why they are so popular. Our Symbiosis in Pune, why so are they are popular? Because they are proactive. They are implementing. They are knowing that this will be going to happen. They are not waiting for any government circular. They are implementing as it is recommended. Because they are knowing that this will be recommended means it will be implemented. No excuse
Okay,
for that. Otherwise, their institute will be barred. That will be
okay.
banned.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Anything more?
Yes, sir. Sir, please ask your question.
Uh, Sir, earlier when NBA accreditation comes, it has become mandatory for applying for any funding, and it
No, sir,
takes.
if you speak more loudly so that I can listen
Hello.
clearly.
Earlier,
Yes, no, yes.
when NBA accreditation came, it became mandatory for any fund application or intake rise in the seats. Is it mandatory for any institution for these things to implement NEP
Sir,
2020?
in this competitive culture, I will recommend you, advise you personally as a personal, if you take my advice as a person, not as a teacher or any faculty, take NBA, obtain NBA, secured NBA, be NBA awarded at the earliest because these are the earmarks, are benchmark on the basis of which you can market yourself. And nowadays, education have now means marketing strategies are also implemented in education sector also. If you are not NBA accredited, you will not get grant. You will not be earmarked in NRF. You will not be any magazine Outlook or any week or any magazines. The India Today they are taking that survey every year. June July issue they are publishing that best institutions of India in all areas. So if you are not NBA NAC accredited, how you will get earmarked? That you tell me.
That's what the NEP is mandatory, or is it no, not mandatory?
No, no, no. It is mandatory. You have to
Mandatory.
follow.
Yeah.
If you are not following, you will not get grants, you will not be earmarked, probably you will not be ranked in any time. And take example, I have highlighted one case of Government Engineering College, Aurangabad. This institute was not NBA accredited, hence their autonomy is in danger now. And TACUB, they have not granted TACUB grants because of this. In NBA, they were not NBA accredited. This is government organization. Means private, you can imagine what can be the situation to private institutes. And government is facing these conditions, situations. Means this is we to follow. This is the Government of India scheme, not any person or any political party scheme. This is Government of India scheme. We have to follow that, implement that. Otherwise, we will be out of the system.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, government is working on that. They are providing so huge financial budget on that. If we are not able to means make the good citizens, then this will be wasteful expenditure. And the drawback of our system is that our output is not that much visible, but it is measured by companies, by industries, by their employment, by their how much students are getting scored in gate pass or company jobs package, how many are means secured in UPSC, MPSC exams, IAS, IPS exams. These are the criteria. You okay? Okay. Any doubts now further?
If there is any query, please ask. Otherwise, we can.
Of course,
conclude
my
this session.
advice
Yes, sir.
is somewhat bitter, but that is fact. We have to accept it. We cannot close our eyes. If we close our eyes, this doesn't mean that now it is dark. We have to accept that condition. And this is Government of India initiative. We have to follow that.
Yes, sir.
Because I am telling you, we are fortunate. If don't take it otherwise, but I am telling the fact, truth also. Since majority of the participants are means teachers, if I am not wrong, and teachers are the highly paid salary today, and we are fortunate that we are getting full salary during COVID. We are that much fortunate, and please capture that job, maintain that job. Otherwise, the problem the industrialist people are facing, we will be facing if we are not following this NEP or NAC or NBA parameters. We are paid at par with Honorable Collector and Commissioner salary, Honorable Superintendent of Police salary. Same salary they are having, which we are getting. And take example how any collector is selected and how we are selected. So many pains in UPSC exam. Whereas in teacher, we are just appeared and selected at our stage up to. And we are highly paid and highly valued in society, teachers.
Thank you, sir.
That is not difficult. We can do that. Just we have to take some more time, some more approach. Of course, competition is a change is there. We should accept that change. परिवर्तन संसार का नियम है. We have to accept as per the environment. Otherwise, foreign universities will be coming, and they will be capturing the markets, education market. Then our students will not be entering in our college. They will be entering in that foreign university college. Then we will be nowhere. Just like East India Company happened, same will be happening now. If we are not following the government norms.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I think there are no.
Yes, yes.
now.
Apology me for my truth and hard means bitter what we call bitter
No,
because
sir.
जो मैंने कहा वो थोड़े कड़वे नीम के तरीके आपको लगाऊंगा, but the facts are that.
When you are
I will
diseased,
accept that. We have to accept that. That is the main my advice to all of you. Since
बीमारी में कड़वी दवाई काम करती है सर.
कड़वी दवाई काम कर रही है भी, शुगर डायबिटीज में कड़वी कड़वेला और नीम ही काम करता है.
जी सर.
मीठा मीठा खाएंगे तो और गोड़ गोड़ हो जाएंगे तो और बीमार हो जाएंगे ज्यादा. क्यूर के लिए अपने को नीम और करेला ही खाना पड़ेगा.
So
That is
Indrani,
there.
now you can
Yes.
conclude.
Okay. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. The NEP offers choice, chance, and change, but we have to wait for things to unfold and see how it gets implemented. So I thank all the participants for their active participation, and I extend my gratitude to the resource person, Dr. Ashok G. Mathani, for sharing his graceful words. All the participants are inspired by your highly sparkling words. Thank you for being part of this program. We are overwhelmed with your presence, and I extend my gratitude for sharing your graceful words with us. Thank you so much, sir. And
Thank you,
we have,
everybody.